Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Fireside Casts as we have a decider game here for the lower bracket of Newcomer. It's going to be Aaron versus Liminal Taco Bell. And I am joined by M17. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's fun to watch some newcomer games. This is the third place decider match. So both of these teams lost in their semifinals game, and the winner tonight will get third place overall, and the loser will get fourth. Definitely curious to see what these teams are looking like because it's always newcomer. It's still the lowest level, but these guys have definitely been practicing. So I can't wait to see what these teams have in store for us.
True, and I'm actually familiar with some of these names because I know. Well, I'll quickly introduce Liminal Taco Bell here, actually, because it's topical to what I'm about to talk about. But on the scouts, we got Desert Fox and 47 Und. Soldiers are going to be Opal and Beefsteak. QU is the demo, and Meta is the med. I say these players are familiar because I have given them a demo review or two, and I accidentally totally forgot. QU asked me for a team review like a week or two ago, and then I never got to it. So maybe I'm the reason they got knocked into the lower bracket. But yeah,
I feel the exact same way about the other team, Aaron, because I coached them a couple times and I wasn't able for their granary game. But anyways, on the Aaron side, we have, we have El Doreno is the pocket scout, Deer is the flank scout, Winter Trap is the pocket soldier, Pyric is the roamer, Whale is the demo, and Anti-Heal is the medic.
Yep, and I am well, I think we have the map list here of Process, Clearcut, and Metalworks. We are starting out on Process, though, so we'll see if it's Clearcut, Metalworks afterwards. But we are live. It's going to be an early, fast rollout from Opal, but Mr. Whale not really in any danger of that, so things are going to settle a little bit. However, this rotation to the other team's side from the blue team, however, Deer going down, health is not really great either. It's looking like a lost mid, but unfortunately, the med is committed. So this is looking like a very decisive full wipe ace mid fight for Liminal Taco Bell.
Yeah, absolutely huge there. The side of Aaron, I feel like they just kind of got stuck on that left side and were a little bit too caught on the ground. And then Liminal Taco Bell had way too much control of the high ground, but now it's up to them to push into the last. They are going to have to worry about a sentry, and Opal is already trying to spam that down early. Not successful, but it is only level 1 right now, so if Liminal Taco Bell can get in here in time, they might not have to deal with that level 2 gun. And they're already shoving through 5, and here comes the force. Pyric very low is going to get out to spawn. No, he
does die, yeah. Yeah, and having the pick there is absolutely, I mean, that's all you want from the Uber. And finding a kill on the NG as well is fantastic. I mean, with just the kills on the board, it's looking like it's going to be around, especially since the remaining players from Aaron are kind of just boxed into spawn. Did see a couple deaths there from Liminal Taco Bell. It was maybe going to even out the fights a little bit, but I don't know. You get 2 kills with the Uber into last, and it's likely to be around from there.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the past matchups. Both these teams won their Week 8 process game, but I believe Aaron actually played the team that Liminal Taco Bell lost to in the semi-bracket finals on process, and they beat them 5-2, which is interesting. So I wonder if we'll see a turnaround here, as we're already into the second mid. Both teams this time have about even control of the high ground. Bomb from Beefsteak is going to get the kill onto the medic quickly. And now it's on to the rest of Aaron to try to get some sort of cleanup. But they're very low, only have 1 healthy player. They're finally running in. So many low players on this side. Yeah. Liminal Taco Bell, but they're just not able to get any of the kills. Man. They get 1, but now 2 low players, just Winter Trap and El Doreno. Although they do get the kill onto QU, which is good, but the medic is able to back up safely and preserve that Uber.
Yeah, the fact that Meta got out there is really the most important thing. To be honest, I mean, more of Liminal Taco Bell's players could have just like vacated, but ended up just kind of trading down a bit. So they will give up mid temporarily, but with this Uber advantage, should be a relatively simple point to retake. I mean, at this point, since they had to wait for the late death on QU, that's given Aaron a bit of time to set up for their disad, so they might have some tricks up their sleeve.
Oh yeah, the start was to get Opal to jump through the choke, and I think that delayed enough and or distracted enough that it lets the rest of their team come through. They actually get the kill onto Deer quickly, and they did end up aggressively using 47 on gets the kill onto Winter Trap. And there goes Whale as well, down 3 for the side of Aaron, and El Reno really low as well. And the side of Liminal Taco Bell is really chasing, trying to get these picks. They might catch Pirate, they do not right at the last second. But they're going to have a 2-player ad, and that demo dead means it's probably a good opportunity for them maybe to go in, although with those spawners I think they're going to cancel and they're just going to play this ad.
Yeah, and the fact that they didn't find the med not mattering so much there. I mean, 3 kills, as we can see, more than enough compensation. However, we do see the pop out in return, and there are definitely some players caught. Look at this, med getting piped in choke. Roller not going to quite chase that, and actually Whale going down in the aftermath. Opal tried to make a play onto last, but it's just chaos on 2 happening right now. The post-Uber players from Blue are all going down with a nice pipe into lobby as well as the scouts converge onto last. Some cap time, but they both die to the Pyrrhic bomb.
Yeah, just getting a bit too distracted by the trying to deal with the gun. Didn't realize the soldier was also there, but definitely a good hold from them considering they were able to hold second even though Aaron used out. But so now they're in a really good position because as soon as their scouts get here, they're going to be able to push with this nice full Uber ad, and there's not really any time to set up a gun. There is a bit of spamming from both sides, and the gun is going to try to be set up, but I don't think they're going to have enough time to get it up to level 2. It's just going up now, and here comes Liminal Taco Bell.
One Uber does get popped. So far, no kills. Gun is going to get spammed down, and he actually takes some damage, but will be resupping. We see some cap time come out now from 47. Will be surviving. Pyrrhic goes down. Both soldiers actually die for Aaron, and yeah, it's just going to be a collapse here on point. This is looking like it's converging on yet another round 2-0 lead for Liminal Taco Bell.
Yeah, big first 2 rounds there, and I was only within 5 minutes. So if they can, if they can keep that up, they can get through this map pretty quickly. But of course, Aaron does not want that to happen. You got to turn it around. Maybe set up a tactical pause, figure out what's going on in these situations. But we're going to be into this 3rd mid here. I don't see anything too crazy for now. Looks like both teams are just going to be chilling for now, taking their time. Although Whale is kind of low, which is a little bit scary. But other than that, it looks pretty crazy. Although here comes a bomb from Beefsteak, and he catches the med again.
Yeah, and then we're just looking at that same kind of situation again, where you kill the other team's med on mid, but this time around, Liminal Taco Bell not doing as good of a job at keeping meta alive, so will be both meds going down. Will still be a mid-win for Liminal Taco Bell, but yeah, after getting that free kill onto anti-heal, it's definitely just convert into keep meta alive type of situation.
Yeah, and now it is going to be a second hole attempted, at least for this side of Liminal Taco Bell, as Mr. Whale, very aggressive, gets a kill into Desert Fox, very low, is somehow still alive, and his teammates coming to support him at the last second. QU is low, going to go down. Beefsteak, 1 HP, also going to go down. That's 4 down. Aaron is rushing in very quickly. Humongous bomb from Mr. Whale trying to catch out the medic, but meta is safely away, so that's just going to be a hold on to second here. There is still a demo dead, so yeah, Winter Trap's already looking for something.
Might be a deny as well. Yeah, gonna deny both. So now they're peek and choke. With those 2 kills for the time being, at this point QU has rolled out, as has Beefsteak, so even numbers. And the flank shove actually from the side of Liminal Taco Bell does a great job at just stopping that push. We saw that it was more than enough to get Whale to just back up out of choke, and now things are even.
Yeah, but here's an aggressive Uber from the side of Aaron. I don't think maybe they didn't realize it was even, or maybe they just felt their chances were good, but Deer already going down, and the other team is using in. Although 2 kills go in favor of the side of Aaron, but Liminal Taco Bell did lose their demo. It is a 4-on-4. Desert Fox very low, Pyrrhic in the IT doorway. Tons of trades happening. The Winter Trap gets 2 kills, and he's gonna bomb in, trying to catch off this medic who's left alone. Both medics left alone. And oh
man,
my goodness,
Beefsteak
somehow gonna live. Wow.
Beefsteak, I mean, both soldiers on both sides just bombed the other med, trying to kill them. Anti-heal was already weak, so went down to Beefsteak early on, who then bombed back to protect his own med against the remaining 2 soldiers for Aaron. And yeah, fights like that, I mean, you scrappy Uber, a player dies on the other team, stuff like that. I mean, whichever teams find those kills in the post Uber really are able to kind of convert those situations. And in that case, it happened to be Beefsteak.
Yeah, they are down a demo on the side of Aaron, so Liminal Taco Bell could try to push here, but I think they're still peeking, they're still building as well, and I don't think they're comfortable. It looks like they're going to try to use this Uber ad that they do have. They should know about it, and they have stopped building, so they are going to try to, I believe, come through. Although they had 5 people coming through the choke. Mr. Whale gets a trap kill onto Beefsteak,
yeah,
but they
Deer's
did not have
though.
to use, though, and they walked their way in, and no other kills happened. 2 kills for the side of Liminal Taco Bell. Piika did get a trade kill. Mr. Whale gets another onto 47. Wow. But they did somehow take the point, but Q very low. This might mean a repush here from Aaron. We'll see.
Yeah, it's scary to do before having Uber. They do have now, but at this point the doors are being held. QU is in position, although this repeat now, some favorable damage from Whale. They're actually going to pop this Uber into Liminal Taco Bell, who had Uber the whole time. Beefsteak, though, quite weak, might be dying here on the flank, which is going to be a second kill that happens. No, actually wins the fight, wow. However, both meds dying in the post-Uber. Yet again, we're in one of those scrappy kind of situations. Whichever team can kind of convert the next kill or two usually comes out on top, although
47
really just have all the
sniper, and he missed every single one of those shots. No. And that is absolutely brutal. You know, if you swap in that situation, you may, like, just because you may have those, you know, the extra sniper, it's a really awkward situation because you kind of need someone there to be that cleanup for. So many people on the side of Aaron were low and not able to get any of those kills. Although they do now have 47 on setup on sniper watching choke, so that is going to be a little bit more awkward to get through, but there's not really an Uber ad that they can use.
Ooh,
although they're actually
pressuring
IT
at
already.
40%. There's no Uber to be popped through this door, so they could just be getting mulched by spam, and that seems to be the case. Fortunately, they call things off before anyone dies, so even the Beefsteak quite aggressive here, finding a trade. Okay.
And there's already still some peeking going on from both demos, just fighting each other. 47 trying to take some pot shots, clearing stickies as well for now, and about to take some more shots, trying to get something. So far has not really gotten any huge kill or huge amount of damage. Does actually get the kill onto the medic as I say that.
That is crazy.
And that's a big Uber ad now for the side of Liminal Taco Bell. And they're going to be trying to push in soon, although they don't have a scout or a soldier with their medic and demo, but they get a headshot onto the demo, and I think that's forcing them back.
Deer, however, is hiding here, does get spotted. Unfortunate timing there, should get dealt with, does not even find the trade, so it's going to be a kill into last with this full ad. Now granted, 47 is still on sniper, but, I mean, sometimes into process last, a sniper just sitting by 5 or sitting in 2 is really, really annoying to try and hold against. Gun is going up in the same spot it has earlier. Uber's getting popped, but again with no scout. Will be QU going to get the gun, but Piika actually dies. The sniper found enough value already in this push, and Winter Trap might be next to go.
Yeah, low players on both sides, but just so many players alive for Liminal Taco Bell, and that's their third round. Huge play there. Definitely looked like that sniper was a little questionable, but then it came through right in the end, right in the most important point. Getting that huge advantage in the fight is just so important, and that's their third round. Although it was a bit slower than the first 2 rounds, so I would say this definitely looks maybe, you know, less bad for Aaron, but they are down 0-3 in the first map, and I think this was their map hit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely looking good for Liminal Taco Bell, to say the least, and early into this mid as well. Good damage on the Piika, good damage on the Whale. The bombing from Beefsteak yet again, who might get chased here. No, finds the kill actually on the Deer, and is now behind in sewer, and finds a trade on top of that as well. It's not going to be mid to last type of mid fight here, since both meds did survive, but still plenty of kills for it to be a pretty easy mid conversion for Taco Bell.
Yeah, Mr. Whale maybe a little aggressive, takes a lot of damage, barely gonna escape out of one. No kills happening on either side, although as I say that, actually anti-kill goes down, and Opal gets a second kill. That is absolutely massive. That's a big advantage for Liminal Taco Bell. They're already gonna work their way in through the one door here with a full
gun's already down
killing
too.
the gun. Winter Trap dead, and this looks almost unwinnable for the side of Aaron. They're trying to bomb in, they get one kill, but they do eventually just meet the Uber, and they do get a couple more spawns, but just no chance there. That's 4-0 for Liminal Taco Bell.
Yeah, and they like didn't even have to use into last there. They were just holding their Uber and got like more than half the point capped before even popping. Which could be scary, because as a med, sometimes you're in that situation, you're like, yeah, I can milk, let me milk, and then like 3 people die, and then suddenly you like lose the fight. But did get used to save people, as it should, and Liminal Taco Bell just 1 mid to last away from sealing out map 1 here, and it's kind of looking like they might just do it.
Yeah, check this, was their map pick. Early big bomb from Coco now. Does get a kill. Humongous damage from the soldiers. Beefsteak also cleaning up the med, and these soldiers are staying alive for so long. They're drawing so many eyes, and that puts Aaron in a really awkward position. They are going to get 1 kill onto QU.
Meta, though, is getting chased by these remaining 2.
They are going to get the kill onto Meta. Big salvage there for the side of Aaron, but now it's just this 1 scout alive. He does win the fight, and he is behind, which might make things a little bit awkward, but there are 2 soldiers on mid, so I don't know if he really can win this fight.
Yeah, and yet another case of you kill the other team's med pretty early into a mid, and still just not enough players with your own med to, you know, retain that advantage.
Yeah, and Eldrino trying to hide an IT, but didn't realize that there was also a spawner coming in. Beefsteak with a nice bomb does get a good direct there, but does not get any damage onto the med.
Lurking as well.
Oh yeah, Opal's
got spotted. Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna back up. Mr. Will maybe trying to chase. Probably not going to get anything. He's taking some damage, getting aggressive, but it's just going to be I would assume, an even Uber situation. There's a slight ad on the side of Aaron, but not really much to go off of.
Ooh, Winter Trap getting caught out there a little forward in IT, so now the flank is going to be converging on a Piika, actually, who was caught as well. Just like that, 2 kills onto 2 soldiers. Very valuable classes at holding these doors, and at that point, got choked being busted. Deer found a nice kill, but it ends up being a trade, and Mr. Whale actually caught in IT. That's out of nowhere, just 4 kills conjured from Liminal Taco Bell. And yeah, look at this, they want to go 1 with it, which is a hard door to milk through. They do pop. This is even Uber's immediate counter pop from Aaron. We're seeing some cap time out from 47, a lot of cap time actually. That could be very scary in this post-Uber fight.
Yeah, especially because Liminal Taco Bell got 2 kills, a 3rd kill, and they're just able to cap it right under their noses, and that is a 5-0 on map 1 for Liminal Taco Bell. Very dominant. The next map we have is Clearcut, and if Aaron wants to stay in this match, they have to step it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we just saw the value of cap time there as the exchange was going on. I believe it was 47 und was going to the point and just capped it most of the way, and then from there on out, like, all you have to do is win a fight against the guy on point, and then you just win, right? As we saw there, it wasn't 47 who won a 1v1, but Soldier came out to help, and then just like that, it's over. But yeah, I think that overall it did look like Liminal Taco Bell were just doing well in kind of DM fights and in those team fights converting kills. Post Uber fights, it was kind of either or, but especially on those mid fights, I mean, the soldier bombs were getting a ton of value, and I don't think that's going to bode well for Aaron going into Clearcut, because Koth in general tends to kind of prioritize those team fights and those DM fights.
Yeah, and especially those soldier bombs. Those soldiers were living behind so long, and that just buys so much time for your team to just walk forward, because the enemy team is, stuck in an awkward position. They have to look at you, or they have to look at your soldiers, and they can't look at both. So it puts you in a really awkward position. And in Clearcut especially, you can be really put in an awkward situation when soldiers go behind this. It's pretty easy to get behind on Clearcut.
Yep.
So you really got to be careful about how they play those. Maybe trying to go really aggressive as a counter to try to leave those soldiers behind, or trying to deal with the soldiers, just one or the other. But I think I don't know, maybe Aaron seems like a little miscoordinated out of it. I don't know. I feel like they're just a little bit miscoordinated right now.
They're definitely going to have to lock in. As you were mentioning with soldiers going behind, not only is that so achievable on Clearcut, where you can, just high bomb behind using one of the towers on either side, or the tower on one of the sides, or the large building on the other side. Not only is it easy to get behind, but it's a pretty standard play for soldiers to do, of just bomb behind and then make something happen from there. Whether that soldier just tries to live, draw multiple players back, and then have your team walk across point with the player advantage, or have your guy recommit from behind with a bomb, maybe some coordinated aggression from the combo in front, as basically point being, you open up a lot of doors when you have a soldier behind on this map. So it's a real opportunity for Opal and Beefsteak to kind of show off a little bit more here.
Yeah, I was taking a look into those logs, and it really looked like Opal and Beefsteak were just absolutely dominant. Opal did like more than twice the damage he dealt on that first map, which 18 and 6 on soldier, which is definitely something you do not want to let the enemy soldier continue to do. You have to make sure those soldiers, when they land, you got to make sure they're dying quickly, because the longer and longer they stay alive, it just makes it so difficult for the rest of your teammates.
Yeah, true. Let's see as well. And a lot of those were mid to lasts, which is not really a round type that translates into Koth. So if you're an Aaron channel better, or just looking for some hope, then you have that. Because a Koth round is definitely a much more sustained effort. You need to not just win one fight really, really well, such as a mid fight, but you need to win multiple fights in a row successfully. And sometimes you can, not even really win a fight so decisively, but if you have the point capped, then it doesn't matter, as long as, you're not wiping or anything like that, not giving up the point.
Yeah, and I mean, there's always a chance for a comeback in a Koth round. Even with the huge timer, it can seem impossible. But in a 5 CP, you have to, like, the way you have to play it is, you have to capture all 5 points. Whereas Koth, often it's honestly just turns into like a holding situation where you just have to hold the point once you've capped it. And sometimes some teams are just unable to like really break through the holds and just deal with all the spam that you have to eat. Sometimes teams can't deal with all the coordinated distraction plays, or just ways to keep the team, honest, or just aggressive Ubers. There's so many things you can do to keep the enemy team from retaking the point once you take it. So even if one team gets an advantage in these rounds, it is not over.
Yeah, and it's not exactly too profound to point out that Koth, being a different game mode, gets played differently, but it is something that you have to play too, in a way that is different from 5CP. A lot of teams do kind of approach Koth as the DM game mode, and teams that have really confident DM abilities tend to do well on Koth, just because, again, those types of fights are more emphasized. But at the end of the day, if you aren't playing to the game mode and playing around the point, playing to cap it quickly, playing to prevent your opponents from capping it, or at least draw out the time they take to cap it when, all hope of holding it is lost, things like that. And if you're not doing that, then Koth rounds absolutely, as you mentioned, can just slip out of your hands.
Yeah, we should be going live shortly. I think they're just getting some. They're just. Yeah, looks like they're still talking about it on the side of Aaron, but I'm really curious how they change things up, because I want to see a lot more aggression from the side of Aaron. I feel like when they were taking more aggressive fights together as a team, as long as it wasn't on Uber Disad, that's when I feel like they had a lot more. It was much more of an even match. And when they were letting the other team walk over them or just take too much space, Liminal Taco Bell was just running with it, and Aaron was not able to handle it. So we'll see how things change as we go live here on map 2 Clearcut.
Yeah, it's true. And actually, as you mentioned that, I think on pretty much all those mids, it was the Liminal Taco Bell soldiers initiating bombs, and it was like reactions from Aaron. And I think flipping things around would absolutely adjust the pace. However, Trev first to go down to the flank shove from Taco Bell. Yet again, just controlling the pace. Opal was behind, bombing in now, getting good damage. Deer goes down as, completely routed for Aaron. They are going to back up, and look at this. Taco Bell thinking about maybe setting up some forward positioning. They opt to just chill. Ubers are going to be even here, but early cap to Liminal Taco Bell.
Yeah, and that one kill early with no aggression just absolutely let Liminal Taco Bell take so much space. Both soldiers in here spamming, getting 2 kills on the side of Beefsteak. Pyro does get 1, but he's very low and is going to go down as well. That's 3 down for the side of Aaron, and they're just going to have to back up and wait for their spawners. Although they do have shorter respawn time, so it's not as bad as it could be. And they will have this 6th player up for about 5-6 seconds before the other 6th player is up, which might be the saving grace here for Aaron.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, scary trap there.
And they lose too.
This is tough, and Q should just get saved here. Oh man, this would be scary if he gets dropped, but no. Winter Trap does go down. Counter Uber gets popped. Gonna find it yet another kill here on the Deer. Piika might be caught. Yeah, does go down to Desert Fox. Oh no, anti-heal. Getting caught on the way out as well. And that's another kind of thing with Clearcut, is because soldiers can bomb so deep, if you are bombing your soldiers alongside a demo bomb with an Uber or something like that, then you can chase very, very deep. Speaking of deep, a Beefsteak, damn near in the other team's spawn, does get shut down there by Winter Trap.
Yeah, you also have to make sure once you know that you're in a losing fight, your medic pretty much just has to leave, because you can't let your med get caught like that. If you stay too long, even if you might not think they're that caught, they can be. Although very aggressive here from the side of Aaron, trying to get some kills. They do get 1 kill, but they lose both of their soldiers, and Deer is very low. He's gonna have to back up. And here comes the bomb from Beefsteak when Deer is low, and Beefsteak's getting a lot of damage in space, and the medic has to back up. Mr. Whale goes down, and that's just going to be a recap in favor of Liminal Taco Bell.
Yep, and they did get more kills in that fight, but as I was kind of talking about earlier, even if these fights were going relatively evenly, the fact that Liminal Taco Bell were able to recap after 15 seconds versus the initial cap from Aaron took 2 minutes. I mean, you can just see the clock deficit right now, where Taco Bell in a great position so far this round.
Yeah, this time there's going to be a little bit of a push, and here comes the aggressive Uber.
Yeah, immediately losing 2 as well. Piika probably next to go down here, stuck in the shed. That is weak, but there's only 2 players alive. This Uber is very nuclear for Liminal Taco Bell. And yeah, Piika actually cratered behind, I believe, so just barely short of the pack. Unfortunate. Now 15% ad, 15 seconds left. It's looking good for Taco Bell. Alright, and winding down here. I mean, at this point, as Aaron, you just need cap time. And QU in a great position to just be the demo class, denying that cap time, so will be a very, very confident first round for Liminal Taco Bell. If they keep playing this way, then this is going to be a short series, I think. Moving on now to round 2. And we'll see if Aaron can wrestle some of that pace back. Because yet again, I mean, it's been mostly reactive kind of gameplay, reacting to the bombs from the other soldiers. 47, very weak early on. Has he's meta some good damage there, but again, just the aggression from Liminal Taco Bell. The soldier bombs are going to clean up the entire combo. Pure getting cleaned up here. These are kind of useless kills at this point. 47 and Beefsteak just getting some extra numbers on the logs there. And the fact that meta survived as well means that not only is this the first capture and point going in favor of Liminal Taco Bell, but they've got full ad as well. And in positions like this, you can take aggressive Ubers into their team. We're actually seeing Whale bomb in, and having a demo bomb in when it's disad on Cough usually indicates a 4-man sack. Deer is still alive, making a play on a meta, but nope. Last player goes down. The sack wave has been survived. And yeah, no Uber getting popped, so it is going to even out here for both teams. Okay, we're seeing the approach here from Valley. Keeping my eyes on that trap. Actually, they're rotating doors. Beefsteak's in a sneaky position, though. Not getting cleared either. Getting cleared now. Does get dealt with, but Whale, yeah, gonna die to that roller afterwards. Okay. QU, however, kind of forward, eating some damage. This fight could go either way. But again, with the nature of Koth, it's not enough to just win the fight. You need to be able to convert that point. Sometimes you can convert that point without even like confidently winning a fight. But as we're seeing here, I mean, it's just scrappy. Usually in these fights, the scrap has favored Liminal Taco Bell. They've tended to get more kills. They've tended to have better Ubers, and it seems to be no different in this case. The question is anti-heal caught in the post? Yeah, the answer is yes. So, gonna be ad yet again for Liminal Taco Bell. But to finish my thought, I mean, it's not enough to just win the fight, right? You gotta actually convert that point. And as we can see here, I mean, even if Aaron are able to win these fights and convert that point, I mean, you're already down 2 full minutes in this round. So just because it's that Opal ball bugging, something we can do there is Beefsteak just farming some damage, almost getting a kill onto Whale. All right. Oh, Whale actually dying here to spam on the way through. That is not what you like to see being down a demo on the approach. Beefsteak is still dead, but still. 30 seconds left. Unless Meta can just die here, and then you have ad, it's actually going to be the flip side. Yeah, anti-heal going to go down. And this should just be cleanup. Elder Rhino does find a kill onto the demo, but 10 seconds left. These spawners basically just have to feed into point. And you have a splash class. Well, you had a splash class on the point. Opal's still finding that kill. Yeah. It's really up to Deer and anti-heal here against a soldier. Oh, there's a rollout here for Pyrrhic. But that Uber has been earned in time. And it's going to be a 2-0 lead here. Liminal Taco Bell. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, it is looking very strong for LTV here if they just keep up this pace. And they're not showing any sign of stopping. Okay, Bird with an early bomb, but takes some damage in the meantime. I like that from Winter Trap. Unfortunately, just missing a couple rockets there. And Pyrrhic died on the fade. Deer is committing here as well. Anti-heal goes down, so it's gonna be ad, assuming Meta can stay alive, which seems to be a pretty strong assumption to make at this point. Oh, hits a big surf actually, but still gonna get chased all the way to spawn there from an Elder Rhino. And yeah, that will be a late med death for Meta. Couple finds a kill onto the demo on point, but again, kills like those are not super consequential since they don't really affect the outcome of the point. If assuming that Liminal Taco Bell are strong enough of a team to take advantage of that temporary demo kill, then sure, it could matter. But as we see here, a little too slow. Whale is showing up by now as we actually have a sniper from the typically soldier player Beefsteak. And sniper on Clearcut is actually not that bad. There's some mean sightlines, and usually mappers nowadays take great care to prevent sniper from being good. So we actually see one of those sightlines here. Yeah, backdoor. It's definitely something that needs to get cleared if you're going to approach that right side towards the point. But yeah, I mean, sniper is kind of counteracted, or the strength of sniper on this map is kind of counteracted by the fact that it's so easy to bomb soldiers behind. Meaning that, yeah, if your sniper's going to be on a really far sight line behind their own lines, then you can kind of just get a guy on him to go kill him. As we're seeing what looks like yet another sack wave here. And they do find the force, so they got the value there. And they get a couple kills as well. Don't think those are going to be super consequential. But Beefsteak lived, so you have to be aware of where that sniper might be. You have to be very, very meticulous at clearing these angles as you're approaching. And, oh, misses the shot, but had a shot on the med. Alright. Beefsteak does go down. That sniper dealt with, and the Uber ad is popped here. Meta might be caught, but surfs it out. Oh, that is really tough. Chase, though. They find QU. That's something. But you'd really like to get... Oh, no, an anti-heal dies in the post. Yeah, it's just heartbreaking. Because the second that Aaron are just in that position... Okay, Meta dies there at least. Point got capped, so we're going to see a recap here from Liminal Taco Bell. They're delaying the cap because they don't want to deny their own med's spawn. If they were to cap while their med was still respawning, he would get put on a later spawn. So that's just a way to get their medic faster. But yeah, as Aaron, I mean, you're in that position having the ad, your sack wave worked, but just being unable to convert the Uber is just rough. It's Opal bombing in here, getting dealt with. Beefsteak, though, the follow-up. Good damage, but no kill, and should get dealt with. Nope, actually doing a good job of surviving. But 2 kills. More than enough to convert the point under normal circumstances, but Beefsteak, who was behind getting chased, still finds the breathing room and the opportunity to rebomb and find a kill onto anti-heal. Oh, and Elder Rhino dying as well is just going to make this inevitable repush a lot easier. The Liminal Taco Bell Winter Trap, though, in a nice position. Oh, unable to find that kill. Spread a lot of damage between 47 and QU, but not enough to get a kill on either one. And these players in the front lines for the blue team with no heals whatsoever are just getting focus fire down. Okay, sack in from Whale. Oh, if that pipe hit, that would have confirmed the drop. But Meta with the Uber hold, milking that. Basically just saying, nope, if you hit it, you hit it, but I would rather hold on to this Uber. Alright. We've got Opal playing a bit forward here. Actually could get focused down, no, but on the other side of the map, it's going to be players from Aaron going very forward, which that almost seemed like 4-man timing, the way that they were kind of just sending it in, but can't really 4-man when there's 10 seconds left, obviously, as we're seeing here, just because, yeah, you just don't have players alive for the fight. That being said, Aaron still earned a good minute off the clock that round. But, yeah, I think that if you're a channel point better and you have money here in Aaron, you're probably probably head in your hands because they really need to dig deep this round if they want to make anything happen. Opal is already behind, and down goes anti-heal to the Beefsteak Bomb, who just seems to be reliably killing anti-heal. It is rough. However, a similar case as we were seeing on Process Meta, getting left out to dry during those types of fights where anti-heal dies early on. And it ends up punishing Liminal Taco Bell. Not only does their own med die, but they lose that early cap. Beefsteak is rolling out on Sniper. Sniper's a class where that first shot is definitely the most dangerous one, and it might be on either Deer or Winter Trap here. Both players would die to a body shot. Slowly but surely peeking, takes a shot on the demo, misses. Whale actually very forward on point, goes down. That's going to make holding point very difficult here. Yet again, remember, it really is all about that point. Piika getting sniped, so now they definitively know about the sniper. It's looking like just an easy cap, actually. Now, if the blue team had Uber, they could be exchanging Uber on point to try and delay that cap, because yet again, it really is about that cap, extending that time. If you can prevent the opponents from capping for an extra 5 seconds, that compounds. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, just when Aaron had time advantage for the first time this map, it's going to be Beefsteak hitting a body shot to kill and to heal, and now it's just pure chaos. We saw the full send, or we are seeing the full send from the remainder of Aaron, just trying to neutralize that disadvantage, turn those Ubers back into even. But no, it will be ad still for Liminal Taco Bell, and they're thinking about taking a Sniper Uber. Yeah, at this point, they're just feeling so confident. They're trying to mess around and see what they can get away with. Yu actually dying on point. Looks like meta will be popping, gets forced. And they're still getting some value with the Uber. But this is kind of one of those situations that I was mentioning earlier where it doesn't matter so much that, assuming meta lives here, it doesn't matter so much that looks like they don't want to be living. Looks like these two players want to fight the whole world. And as I was saying, it doesn't matter so much that Aaron win this fight. If you're not able to like consistently convert the point for a lot of time, then it's not for that much value. They are able to flip the point. Just find a kill onto 47, but it looks like Whale is caught out and No Man's Land will be going down. Winter Trap died as well. Scrappy fight overall here, but in these scenarios, it has tended to be Liminal Taco Bell winning. Here it goes down, and a lot of cap time has been earned so far. Opal bombing in. Yeah, anti-heal dying here. White, unfortunate. Point does get converted, and yet again, gonna be Uber advantage and the point owned for Liminal Taco Bell. This time around, it's gonna be 47. Getting reps in on Sniper, just chilling back by main. Alright, minute left, and it's looking like it might be the last minute of this series. Winter Trap and Kirk both going down, and most players pretty healthy as the headshot rings out. Does find the kill onto the demo, and down goes anti-heal. And at this point, Elder Rhino, Deer, both running away. Opal wants to take that Scout 1v1, but it's a 2v1. Desert Fox shows up, clean up that kill, and 30 seconds left at this point. Winter Trap making some space. Gonna be bombing here, finds a kill onto Opal, might be a trade. Nope, actually living for the time being. Does need a throw, however. Kills are going in the favor of Aaron in the immediate sense. Elder Rhino does go down, trying to get onto the Sniper, however. And Winter Trap very weak. Too weak to fight as Whale goes down to the Sniper. Uber gets popped onto the Sniper. Misses the shot onto Deer. Point gets capped. No overtime. Overtime is, like, catastrophic for Aaron. Oh, speaking of catastrophe, Beefsteak, yet again, just finding the opportunity. Oh, God. Finding the opportunity to kill a med. And then kill the soldier afterwards. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you can kind of just get kills and cap the point and win as Liminal Taco Bell. That seems to be exactly what's happening. Mr. Whale is the only one alive. Bombing the point, last-ditch effort. Yeah, kind of a formality. It's almost impossible to have any of that work out. And it's going to be for a win here on Clearcut and 9-0 win on the series. Will be Liminal Taco Bell securing themselves that third place consolation prize, which is a good prize to get because that is the difference between a participant medal and a bronze medal. But really, really dominant showing. They definitely, yeah, they wanted to win tonight, it seems, because I can imagine they did some grinding. I know they did some demo reviews because, as I mentioned earlier, they asked me to do some, and I did do some, but then I kind of ghosted and forgot. Yeah, let me pop open these logs here and see what we've got going on. For whatever it's worth, looking at the logs where... Let me actually just look at the med kills for Beefsteak. Actually fewer than I expected. 6 med kills. I mean, that's a lot, don't get me wrong. But it looks like the med kills are kind of relatively evenly spread in a way that I thought it was just Beefsteak terrorizing anti-heal. Alright. Is there anything else for me to talk about? If you've noticed, it's been a bit of a solo cast. M17 unfortunately had something going on. Some emergency of some sort, so hope all is well there. But yeah, I think that might be all I have to talk about. So we're going to have Newcomer Grands tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And then amateur semifinals, also same time tomorrow. Okay, so 2 simultaneously streams. Sounds good. Yeah, exciting stuff. Always like that lower div coverage. Going to be at 9:30 tomorrow. So tune in for that. But all that being said, I think that's all from us tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed this Newcomer consolation match for 3rd and 4th place. And yeah, shout outs to KJR. Everyone say thank you, KJR, in chat. And we'll see you all tomorrow.